Hello, my dear learners. Welcome back to online learning platform of Shri Baswa Public School. Children, I welcome you to this new session of chapter I Want Something in a Cage. In previous session, we have completed first part reading as well as explanation. So, in today's session, I am going to start second part reading and explanation. Before starting the reading and explanation of second part, let's discuss a few important points of first part. First part started with the story of Mr. Purcell who own a pet shop uh, where he has different kind of pets which were making noise all the way in his shop, and he was not bothering about the sound. He considered that sound of birds or pets as if it is a sound of a clock for him. And we also discussed that one morning he faced weird situation with one of the weird strange customer. And what was it? Let's see in the second part reading as well as explanation. So at the end of the first part readings explanation, we saw that there was a strange customer who came inside. How we don't know, because that moment the bell of Mr. Purcell's shop doorbell did not sound. So how he came inside? He was also amazed by seeing that strange customer for unreasonably who was hating Mr. Purcell, though he wished him and he asked him what you want. Now in the in second session, we are going to see that the customer wants something that has wings, and he spends his 10 years earning on a pair of birds. What he does after buying the birds is the strangest act for Mr. Purcell has ever seen. So these points we are going to see in second part. Let's start it. The man's shiny shoes squeaked forward. His suit was cheap, ill fitted, but obviously new. He had a shuttling glance and close cropped hair. Ignoring Purcell for the moment, he rolled his gaze around the shadowy shop. So, first paragraph is talking about the strange customer who is looking on the shiny shoes, and he owes ill fitting, cheap coat, his suit. So the customer who was a very strange, who wears shiny shoes and ill-fitting cheap suit, he had a glance on his cropped hair. And Mr. Purcell, ignoring Mr. Purcell, though he asked him what how can I help him, how can I help, by ignoring him, he started to glance towards the shadowy shop of Mr. Purcell. All around he is glancing. A nasty morning, volunteered the shopkeeper. He clasped both hands across his melon like stomach and smiled importantly. I see by the paper we're in for a cold spell. Now, what was it you wanted? When strange customer was looking around in his shop, then uh, by ignoring his avoidable glance, shopkeeper said him that a nasty morning, what a weird morning it is. And also he said, by holding his hands across his melon like stomach, just now I read in paper the weather is very bad. Now what you want from my shop? He asked another time to the customer, to the strange man. The man stared closely at Mr. Purcell, as though just now aware of his presence. He said, I want something in a cage. Then, when he asked, what you want from my shop, he glanced closely to Mr. Purcell as if he saw, now he is aware for the first time he saw the man from his entry to this moment. So he replied, I want something in cage. Yes, when Mr. Purcell asked him what you want, then he replied, I want something in cage. Something in cage? Mr. Purcell was a bit confused. You mean some sort of pet? Yeah, when the strange customer replied something in cage, then Mr. Purcell asked him, you something in cage? Then he was quite confused. Are you saying that you want a pet which will be in cage? I mean what I said, snapped the man. Something in cage, something that is small. Yeah. Then again the strange customer replied, what I want, I mean that only. What I said, that only I meant. So I want something in cage which will be small. I see, hastened the storekeeper, not at all certain that he did. His eyes narrowed gravely and he pursed his lips. Now let me think. A white rat, perhaps. I have some very nice white rats. No, said the man, not rats. Something with wings, something that flies. A bird, exclaimed Mr. Purcell. So when he said what I meant, that only I said, I need something in cage which will be small. Then storekeeper, then the Mr. Purcell started to think. Let me think. Okay, I have a beautiful pair of rats, white rat. You can purchase it. Nice pair of white rats I have. Then Mr. Strange customer replied, no, I don't want rats. I want something which has wings. So then Mr. Purcell exclaimed, oh, a bird. You want bird? Then what strange customer replied, let's see. A bird's all right. The customer pointed suddenly to a suspended cage which contained two snowy birds, doves. How much for those? 550, came the prompt answer, and a very reasonable price. They are a fine pair. 550? The man was obviously crestfallen. He hesitantly produced a $5 bill. I would like to have these birds, but this is all I have got, just $5. So when Mr. Purcell said, you mean you want birds? Then he said, a bird? Okay, all right. And he pointed towards a cage which has two snowy birds. Those are doves. He asked, what is the price of doves, that pair of doves which are in the cage? He replied, 550. And it is a prompt answer. And he said, the price is also very fine for you. 550, he exclaimed here, the strange customer. 550, but I have only $5. I have only $5, because this is promptly he's saying that, and he is showing that money to the Mr. Purcell. I have just $5. Mentally, Mr. Purcell made a quick calculation which told him that at a 50-cent reduction he could still reap a tidy profit. He smiled magnanimously. So children, when he said I have only $50, I have produced only $5, not $50, but $550. 550 is amount said by Mr. Purcell, but how much he had, customer? He had only $5 which he earned. Then he calculated in his mind quickly, and after his calculation, he is getting the profit by selling it to $5 also. So he smiled himself. My dear man, if you want them that badly, you can certainly have them for $5. Oh, okay. After calculating his benefit, his profit, he said to the customer that, okay, my dear man, if you want them very badly, then I will sell you that pair of doves to the $5 itself. But children, he is gaining the profit in $5 also. I will take them. He laid his $5 on the counter. Mr. Purcell tooted on tiptoe, unhooked the cage, and handed it to his customer. The man cocked his head to one side, listening to the constant chittering, the rushing scurry of a shop. That's noise, he bluttered. Doesn't it get you? So children, when he agreed, I will sell you, then he had given his amount. He kept his $5 on the counter of mm, Mr. Purcell. Mr. Purcell unhooked the cage of birds and given it to strange customer. Mr. Purcell was making bill and doing some other work. That time, the customer was looking around in that shop where he heard chirping and squealing sound of the birds. So that customer asked him, "This sound never bothers you?" He asked, "Always this sound you will be hearing. So have you never felt irritated by listening this sound?" He replied, "Noise? What noise?" Mr. Purcell looked surprised. He could hear nothing unusual. The customer glared. "I mean, all this caged stuff drives you crazy, doesn't it?" Mr. Purcell drew back. Either the man was insane or drunk, he said hesitantly. Yes, yes, certainly, I guess so. So when he asked about noise, Mr. Purcell was surprised by listening it, because for him it is not it is unusual. He said, what kind of a noise you are talking? No, it is common for him. And the customer started to stare at the Mr. Purcell. I mean, the caged stuff, whatever you are having in the shop, it doesn't drives you crazy, never irritates you, never annoyed you? Then Mr. Purcell drew back, and he started to think in his mind, maybe this man is insane, or drunk. So, yeah, yeah, yes, yes. He just wanted to cut the conversation. Listen, the staring eyes come closer. How long would you think it took me to make the $5? The merchant wanted to order him out of the shop, but oddly enough, he could not. He heard himself dutifully asking, why, how long did it take you? So, when he was billing the amount and giving that uh, cage to the customer, and he was about to send him as fast as possible from his shop, but customer asked him a question. What do you think how much time I took to earn $5? Then he replied, how long time it did you take to earn this $5? The other laughed. 10 years at hard labor, 10 years to earn $5, 50 cents a year. It was best Purcell decided to humor him. My, 10 years, that's certainly a long time now. When he said he took 10 years to earn a $5, and it means he earned 50 cent for per year. When Mr. Purcell heard it, he started to humor on him and started to laugh on him. It is too long time to earn $5 in 10 years, he said to customer. They gave you $5, laughed the man, and a cheap suit and tell you not to get caught again. Mr. Purcell mopped his sweating brow. Now about the care and feeding of your doves, I would advise. So, actually, children, the customer who came inside his shop, he was a criminal uh, who took punishment of 10 years and who was working in a jail and earned this $5 by working hard laboring in the jail. So when he said this to the Purcell started to laugh on him, and he is also saying, oh, okay, they gave only $5 and this kind of cheap suit, and they said you to not get caught again. Yeah, he was sweating, and so he said to Mr. Purcell said to customer, bah. The man swung around and stalked abruptly from the store. Purcell sighed with sudden relief. He waddled to the window and stared out. Just outside, his peculiar customer had halted. He was holding the cage shoulder high, staring at his purchase. Then, opening the cage, he reached inside and drew out one of the doves. He tossed it into the air. He drew out the second and tossed it after the first. They rose like a wind-blown balls of fluff and were lost in the smoky grey of the wintry city. For an instant, the liberator's silent and lifted gaze watched after them. Then he dropped the cage. So, children, after that conversation, when he was laughing on him, a stranger went outside very fastly and uh, he hold the cage to his shoulder high and started to glance at the purchase of doves. So he started to look at the doves who were in the cage, and he holded high possible to him, and then he opened the cage and reached inside and took those doves outside, and he toasted them. He flew them into the air. So this all, and the doves started to fly very high into the sky happily, and this all was looking glanced by or hiking by the Mr. Purcell from the window. By seeing this, he was shocked. The birds started to fly into the wintry city, into the smoky grey of the wintry city. For instant, uh, suddenly he felt silence. That moment he felt silent, and he was shocked by the act of a strange customer. He showed both hands deep in his. Yeah, you can see here in this picture, he opened the cage and he took one bird is flying into the gray smoky weather. One he took outside and he flew it into the sky, and another was also taken by customer, and he also did the same thing with that dove. So he had given freedom for those two birds by spending his 10 years earning on them $5. Trouser pockets hunched down his head and shuffled away. The merchant's brow was puckered with prosperity. Perplexity. So desperately had the man desired the doves that he had let him have them at a reduced price, and immediately he had turned them loose. Now, why? Mr. Purcell muttered. Did he do that? He felt vaguely insulted. So, children, when and after after giving freedom to those doves, he kept the cage in front of the shop of Mr. Purcell, and he put his head down and his hands in his trousers pockets, and he disappeared from that place. So the Mr. Purcell, who sold out that doves, pair of doves, to the reduced amount, by thinking that he had a great love towards the doves, he want them badly to take care, so he had given them. And now for this moment, he lose them. He purchased them by spending his 10 years earning, but what he did, he had lose them by letting to fly. So Mr. Purcell muttered himself by coming out. When he went from that place, then he came out and he started to look at a strange person, but he was disappeared from the street. So for him, he felt it was a insult. So children, the conclusion of the story is the freedom is very important. Here the man who came to purchase the doves, pair of a dove, he knows the actual meaning of freedom, because he was caged, he was jailed for 10 years for doing a crime. So he realizes his mistake, and he knows everything. He knows real meaning of freedom, which is very important. Freedom is not only important for human being, it is also important for birds. So that's why his earning of 10 years he spent on a pair of birds, doves. That's why he was asking something in a cage which is small and which has wings. So he had given the freedom for the doves, and because he knows the real meaning of freedom, he did that work with that doves. But Mr. Purcell, at that moment, he felt insulted, but the work which has been done by strange customer was excellent. Excellent, because it describes the meaning of freedom, because he had done a great job by giving freedom to the pair of doves. So this is the explanation of second part. Here we complete the chapter. I hope you understand it thoroughly. Thank you so much for watching this video.